So I believe CIOs are the CEOs of the future. And the CIO, I believe, is a metaphor. It could be a digital leader. But for most people in this room, everybody here is a digital leader of some way, shape, or form. CEO, I also believe, is a metaphor. I don't really care whether you want to be a CFO, CMO, COO. Probably nobody here wants to be in HR. Probably nobody here wants to be in sales. But we do have success stories of people that are learning, guys that are learning, and ladies on, and they're moving in some very interesting tracks. Just last year, Kimi was sitting right here next to me. He was the CIO of National Lutheran and is now the CEO of a startup that is tightly aligned with, actually it was a very interesting innovation story that maybe we'll have you talk a little bit about at some point, is National Lutheran had an incubator, launched an idea, and now he's running with it as a separate entity and with a product going to market that's going to be making its first sales here shortly. So definitely on the CEO side. We had Riz come up through the CISO role at HJF, and he became the CIO just recently of HJF, a 4,000 user organization. We had Mark Robnett with Justice Federal Credit Union, who I literally sat down with him at Starbucks. I have many of my conversations at Starbucks. I guess I love coffee. I don't like Starbucks coffee, but I end up meeting at Starbucks. And things were so frothy at the top. There was so much commotion caused by this guy here. And he was the last person standing. And this is a significant organization from financial service. I said, stay, don't leave. I said, you don't know. I said, with that chaos comes opportunity. And he was able to hold himself together, and he got wider in that role and started tackling some of the COO responsibilities, which is a natural takeover. And then all of a sudden the board went, kicked the CEO out, made him the CEO. And if you Google it, you'll see it's happening. And 2 or 3 years more, 4 years from now, you look back and go, I heard that from Bill. But it's happening already. The CIOs have the opportunity to go wide. You're the only ones in an organization that have knowledge wide amongst a lot of departments. And what does a CEO have to have, or a COO? They have to have that width, that understanding. So a lot of the conversations we have are about leadership and also belief that you can actually do that. And again, we're not here to tell you have to be the CEO. You could just be a more powerful, stronger CIO. You just might want to be the CIO of your current organization, or you're looking at how to step out into another role. So this is a metaphor, but it's ultimately about leadership. And I want all of you here today to leave playing better offense. So time out. Everybody here plays defense, or you wouldn't be in the role. But I want everybody here to learn offense and really start to play offense really well. What does that mean? Offense means, and we're going to define that here, offense could mean bringing in new revenue streams. It could be teaming up and being in charge of the data that then provides that new revenue stream. It could be launching an incubator, championing the incubator, and the innovation efforts within the organization. It ultimately can come in many different ways, but ultimately offense is how I believe the CIO is going to be defined in the future. Some of you, and I as my eyes sweep through them, I know your individual organizational challenges. Some of you cannot tackle offense right now because you're knee deep in fixing broken stuff or broken shite. And that's part of the great thing about being a CIO is fixing those problems so that they become institutionalized. Now you can move into offense. So don't get frustrated with my urge to tackle offense, because we don't even have the breathing room for offense unless we have all the other things taken care of. The trains have to run on time. So those are my 2 things that I want for you, for the big wins that I want for you, is that leadership part and the offense and defense. And we already covered that.